Hi guys, Big John here. Well, I've made up my mind. You guys have kind of shown me what's up. No more Pokemon Revolution videos. I guess my main thing um, is gonna be my talking videos. I guess, um, but it's gonna be me talking to you guys directly from now on. Um, it kind of shows me what you guys want to see and what you don't want to see, even though you don't tell me. There's a comment section below. Talk to me. But either way. Um, I got asked a few days back, apparently I don't curse a lot in my videos, but apparently, some people aren't fond of it when I do. So I'm going to do my best not to curse at all. I guess in essence, I kind of want to touch a little bit on post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Um, a lot of people want to talk about PTSD as in, oh, you got to go to war, and you got to be in the military to get this. No, I will go ahead and say it right there. No. Your how you were raised can really affect it. Um, too much abuse, verbal, physical, or mental, can cause PTSD. And a lot of people that have PTSD are very, very impulsive. And PTSD and anxiety go like hand in hand because, okay, put it like this right here. Whenever I know something's going on, I'll see something and I don't need it, but I want it. And so I will. I love you too, baby. I love you too. I love you too. Go to bed. Good night, guys. Anyways, I will see something and I want it. I don't necessarily need it, but I want it. And why I do this, I don't know. That's fine, guys. Go to bed. Anyways, on the off chance of getting interrupted again, because that tends to happen a lot. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. Anyway, but whenever you start to impulse buy or you start to do stuff via impulse in general, that's not automatically making way to you had this and this is what's wrong with you. No. Some people are just impulsive by nature. Sorry. Heard something. See, that's the bad part. Because, anyway. For those of you who know me on a personal level, then, yeah, you understand. For everyone else that doesn't, I'm sorry. But there are some things that you just cannot help. But no, like PTSD, like I said, PTSD and anxiety go hand in hand. Is 1 minute, you gotta have this or whatever, and then you impulsively buy this. And then you got such an anxiety, you're so, you start to have an attack because it's like, oh no, why did I do this? Why did I buy this? Why did I do it at all? And, is this person going to be mad at me? Is that person going to be upset at me because I did this? No, and there are many ways. I mean, you can get PTSD just by a severe car crash. It doesn't have to be severe. I mean, it could be you're driving down the interstate, all of a sudden, or not, let's not use the interstate, because the interstate's like 70 miles an hour. So someone slams on the brakes and you hit them, yeah, it's going to make it in very badly. I know I'm not hearing things. That's the bad part. I live right in the middle of town, so it's like you hear a noise outside. It's like there's somebody in my vehicle. What's going on. Uh, Anyways, but no, you can get PTSD. I mean, Pistrathophobia, I think is what it's called. Is like basically you fear trusting anybody or getting close to anybody because of stuff that has happened to you in the past, past relationships that were just horrible. I have this. I kid you not. This is one of those things. Like, I'll use this as an example. I went to shoe fly. Anyways, I saw my psych on Wednesday, and we were talking about, the possibilities of trying to move on. And sadly, for someone like me, it's like it's impossible to try to move forward because, you've been held back. So it's like, some people, when they finally, that door opens, they can fly. Gone. Some people, it's not that easy. I mean, you get a canary, you put that thing in a cage for 50 years. No, they don't live that long. Okay, that's something more realistic. 10 years. It never leaves the cage. It's always in the cage. It stays put. And then when you open the cage, he's not going anywhere. That has been his life. That's all he knows. So lo and behold, he's going to stay where he's at, where he knows he will be fed, where he will be taken care of, or however it's going to go. He knows that area. And also, I want to tell you guys, I'm sorry that I bounce subjects like it's going out of style. I'm sorry. That is actually adult ADHD. Like, I was diagnosed when I was a child with ADHD, and I didn't think I still had it. I thought hey, I grew out of it. No, that's the reason why my mind is constantly like you take a bouncy ball, and you drop it, and that thing just bounces. That's my mind. Like, that is, I can't stay on one subject for long. Or whenever, bouncing back to the PTSD part, when you start talking about a past event, and this is something that my psychologist told me, that past event, because she made me go into the bathroom. Anyways, she made me go, back into, my past to say, okay, well, maybe this is what's up. She wanted to know everything in detail. And then eventually, the more I talked, the madder I got. I mean, my face got beat red. I had a vein in my neck pop out. It's like, wow, where did that happen? But no, and she's like, whoa, calm down. You're in a safe place. And then after so many years of this, it's like I looked at her, I was like, there's no such thing. Because in my mind, like, my mind isn't even safe because it's so messed up. Even your own brain is like, no. uh, and this kind of ties into something else. I mean, whenever you start reliving a past event, you start hyperventilating, you start, you relive that. And you can relive every single detail vividly. it really messes with your psyche. It messes with your brain. We got on the subject of, like repressed memories. I believe that everybody out there has some sort of repressed memory. And that a repressed memory isn't something like amnesia, like you just forgot it. No, a repressed memory is your brain trying to protect you from whatever happened. That's like, you sit there and you be thinking about something, all of a sudden it's like, okay, you're back in your memories. And one thing, is like perfectly clear. And then the middle is hazy. Like you don't remember what happened from point A to point B. But then point C and D, the last half, you remember it. Like it's like clear, blank, clear. Like you have no recollection of what happened in the middle. And that is your brain protecting you. Because it could be something that you have no idea. Like if you were to find out, you could fly off the deep end. I mean, you don't know what may have happened. And, she's telling me, you don't want to bring those repressed memories out. Like, if they come out on their own, it's because your mind, your brain is like, hey, you're able to handle this part now. And then, okay, it kind of fills in the blanks. Now, let's go to other subjects such as children. When you have kids, when you were a kid, kids are basically robots in a sense. Like I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. Hear me out. Your parents are the technicians. They're the maintenance people. They're supposed to keep you, updated. They're not, just all this. They're supposed to help you along, and they program you. Like they put in their data, and that helps you survive in this world. But say you got two parents that their parental methods are different, like, North and South Pole different. All that does, that's like putting a virus in a computer. I mean, it'll make it crash. It messes with the kids more ways than you can think. And I know this because I've lived this. I mean, and this, you talk about, like a lot of people talk about, that, their kids, the kids are better off since me and, the mom or the dad or whatever are not together anymore. No, this is not the case. Kids need a father, and just equally, they need a mother. Mother is supposed to be the one that holds them and tells them it's going to be okay. Father or dad is supposed to be the one that's going to, hey, look here, you messed up. And he's supposed to have the stern, iron fist over here, rule with an iron fist. But not to that extent. But at the same time, you're supposed to have that soft, gentle, maternal feature. And that's where, being a single parent comes into play, because for men, for single fathers, actually for single parents, for single mothers, every one of us, whoa. I take that back. Every single parent realizes this. Because look here, it's like, okay, my kid, the kids are going to hate the other parent regardless. Because if that parent walked out, unless that parent died, or something, out of your control and their control happened, then, it's not really the other one's fault. But take abandoning your kids or, walking out on your kids, instead of trying to work it out and, go to counseling or something, I don't know. But try to work it out. But instead of doing that, like divorced parents or parents that aren't together, your kids are going to grow up hating the opposite parent because they're going to look at it like, why wasn't I good enough for you to stick around? Until they get old enough to, and even then, the damage is basically done. But then the parent that is there, the kids are going to hate that parent too. Because it's like, okay, because once they get older, it's like, what did you do to run this one off? Or, mommy's working 40 hours a week, doesn't have any time to spend with us because, bills have to be paid. I mean, I'm sorry, that's part of life. You've got to pay your bills. Or turn right around and you're like, okay, daddy must not care because daddy's never around, but he's out working. He's doing something, he's trying to make a living to support the kids. So basically, in the long-term run, it's going to be nothing but sheer abandonment issues for the rest of their lives. And then you take parents that get divorced with no just cause, or parents that, like, granted, I get it. Kids don't need to see parents fighting. I get it. But at the same time, when you can sit down and actually try, because look here, marriage or even being together or being a family, it's not just 1 and 1. It's not 50% and 50%. You put 100% in on you and they put 100% in on them and you work together. That's your jobs. If you got married, unless they're out messing around with somebody else, which obviously means they don't care, then there's no point. You work it out. You sit down with a shrink if you have to. Sit down and try to discuss things. For one, don't ever go to sleep when you're mad, especially at your partner. Don't do that. Because if you go to sleep mad, you wake up mad. You go to sleep, you get bad feelings, hard feelings, you're going to wake up the same way, and it follows you to the next day. Don't do that. Before the sun sets on your anger, you apologize. No matter what, if you're in the wrong or if they're in the wrong. If they're in the wrong, if they're grown up enough, they'll admit to it. Give yourself a few hours. Separate for a minute. Be like, whoa, walk off. Walk off. Be like, hey, when you calm down and you think about what the hell just... See, I'm sorry. When you think about what just happened, then you come talk to me. You literally have to stop and realize kids need both parents. We have so many drug dealers, gangsters, and all this out here. And 90% of them didn't have a father. The other 10% didn't have either one of their parents. They were raised in foster care because mommy and daddy couldn't pull their heads out their butts and wake up to be parents. I know a lot of people out there aren't going to want to hear this, but I'm sorry. This is some real stuff that needs to be talked about. And any one of you guys that's watched my videos understands that I am not going to sugarcoat this, and I'm going to bring this out in the open. This is what my channel is about. I will say how it is. If you don't want to hear it, you don't have to listen. But I want everyone to realize that, look, not being there with your kids, not playing your role, will hurt your children more in the long run. I will use this as an example. My mom, was never there when we were kids growing up. She was never there. But before anyone thinks anything otherwise, when she was there, we knew she was there. She worked 40 plus hours a week. We were with Dad. Our dad took us, and I say our, I mean me and my brother. He took us, we'd go, digging ditches, all kinds of stuff. And we worked. We wouldn't just sit around. We worked. But at the same time, we spent more time with the dad, with our dad than we ever did with our mom. So mom missed a lot, and there was a lot of stuff that happened in those years that, she don't, but once it's done, it's done. You cannot take it back. It's over. It's done. You can't go back and change it. That's the bad part. For parents that have walked out on their children or left their children, you cannot change that. You did that. But it's time to grow up and take responsibility for yourself. Granted, I am not the perfect parent. I am not. Not by any means. There's no such thing. But I do my best. I try to do my best. I'm just saying this because this is stuff that, like I said, it needs to be said. It needs to be said. We even take my own marriage. I did my best. I tried. I can honestly say that I put forth the effort. Don't ever think for half a second, if you are a parent, a single parent, or even married, if you're thinking something stupid along the lines of leaving or whatever, before you do, turn around, think about it. Think about what you're going to do. Because once you do it, this is something that I've told a specific person. So there's so many times you can kick a dog while it's down before that dog turns around and bites you. And that's real. That's real. There's only so many. Look at the little boy that cried wolf. He lied so many times that when the wolf did come, nobody came to him. No one came to help. Because guess what? He lied too much. And eventually, his flock of sheep, and I believe in the story, even the little boy got killed by the wolf. But how are they supposed to believe him? Truth, love, communication. Gotta be honest with each other. You have to love each other. Yeah, I'm gonna do this right here because, you have to love each other. You gotta be able to communicate, not yell, not scream, not accuse. Communicate. And that's a two-way street. This entire conversation that I'm having with you is a two-way street. If you're a single mom, don't just blame the dad. Don't just blame the dad. Because guess what? I'll be the first to admit, yeah, I messed up in my own marriage. I messed up myself. I did my best. I mean, there were some fights that I picked. There was some messed up crap that, I could have done better. I could have kept the house clean more, just stuff like that. I could have been able to, after so many times of stuff like this happening, though, and single dads are the same way. Don't just blame the other one for the problems. What it boils down to is we all have our issues and we all have our problems. But the thing of it is, though, if you get married or if you are married and you're having issues, stop and think about something. 2 days ago was 7 years, marked 7 years I've been with this woman. And it's like, you know what? You gotta look back at your memories, the good ones. Marriage, you take the good with the bad. I mean, you don't just get nothing but good. And honestly, if you guys don't fight or argue or anything like that at all, sorry to tell you this, but one of you is probably cheating on the other. I mean, that's just something's going on there, Either way, if you like this, hit that thumbs up button, share, subscribe, share this to your friends, send this to them, because I know there's a lot of people out there that need to hear this message. Either way, this is Big John signing out.